Mr. Inam Khawaja, who is a prolific writer and columnist and a petroleum engineer by profession. Mr. Inam Khawaja.
I would restrict my discourse with only to the aspects of Quaid-i-Azam MA Jinnah which pertain to his views regarding what as he visualized Pakistan. People have been talking about secularism and theocracy and a theocratic state. Quaid-i-Azam, I have gone through all his speeches from 1908 till 1948. At least once, and those between 1934 and 48 at least 3 or 4 times. I have never seen the word secularism or secular used by the eye in any of his speeches or his statements. I challenge anybody to produce any authentic record of Qaid's speech in which he has used this term. The most interesting thing is that Stanley Walpert in his book clearly states that Quaid-i-Azam in his speech of 11th August made a reversal to the views that he has held prior to the early 30s, mainly ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity. This means that Quaid-i-Azam made a reversal from his views that he held prior to 11th August, which would, the logical answer is that prior to 11th August, he espoused views which, as Stanley Walpert admits, supported the enforcement of Sharia or Islamic law in Pakistan. Now this is very well documented in 3 of his speeches delivered in Peshawar in 1945 and also in his letter to Pir Sahib of Manki Sharif, which was quoted by Maulana Shakir Ahmad Usmani on 10th of March 1949 in the debate of the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. It's reported on page 54. The letter clearly states that in Pakistan, laws which will be enforced which shall not be inconsistent with the Islamic law. Now this is very clear. Now the problem that arises by interpreting his speech of 11th August to mean that he espoused secular views is that it entails acceptance of the fact that there was a second reversal, because on 30th October 1947 in his famous speech, the only public speech he made in Lahore in the university ground, he asked all those who had attended that speech to vow to make Pakistan a bulwark of Islam and to give all to do so. Now this is not the views of a secularist. It means that on 30th of October 47, just 3 months after the 11th of August speech, he made another reversal. He again became an Islamist. And then on 25th of January 1948, in his speech in the Sindh 1300 years ago. So it means that prior to 11th of August, he was an Islamist. On 11th of August, he became a secularist. And then on 30th October, he again became an Islamist. Doesn't make sense. The answer very simply is, as Saleena Karim has very aptly stated, that the speech of 11th August states that there shall be a simple interpretation of that speech is that there shall be religious freedom. The state has nothing to do whether you are a Muslim or a Hindu or a Christian or a Buddhist. That is what he said. It is not the business of the state. Whether a person, what religion a person belongs to, it does not mean that to impose a secularist interpretation to this speech is most illogical. In fact, a couple of years ago when Mr. Dr. Wolpert rather, was speaking in the auditorium of Aga Khan Hospital, somebody asked him that in the 11th August speech, Quaid-i-Azam how do you interpret that speech to be secularist? And you would be surprised by his answer. He said that I interpret the speech to be secular because I am a secularist myself. So, sir, all I need to say is that Qayyim had a deep knowledge of Islam, as Saleena Karim has aptly put it. What people don't realize that he was born in Wazir Mansion, which is less than a minute's walk from the premier Imam Bada of Karachi in Karachi. He went to England and he stayed in England only for 4 years, 1892 to 1896. And when he went, he was 18 years old. He studied for 4.5 years in Sindh Madrasatul Islam, where study of Quran was compulsory. He didn't learn Quran from Allama Iqbal. He learned it in Sindh Madrasatul Islam. And in the majalis he attended, in the Jamaat Khana, for 8-9 years, on an average, there are 48 minimum majalis in the Imam Bada. There are 28 majalis for the Masami and 10 majalis for Muharram, which makes it 38 plus a few odd, it easily 40 majalis. That is where he learned Islam. In Sindh Madrasatul Islam, for 4.5 years he studied Quran, which was compulsory, and in the majalis he attended, which in the Imam Bada, which is next door to him. Qayyim's whole life was a reflection of the basic values of Islam. If he did not say his 5 prayers a day regularly, it does not mean that he was not a true Muslim.
Karachi International Book Fair 2010 is going on in Hall 1, 2 and 3.
Reflection of the basic fundamental moral values of Islam, and nobody can deny that. Thank you.
All the first speakers today, Professor Mohammed Rafi, Lieutenant Colonel Ahmad Khan, and Mr. Inam Khawaja, and of course the rest of you for coming today and joining us for the launching of Secular Jinnah today. Thank you so much. On behalf of Paramount, we would like to present a copy of the book to all of the speakers. Our MD, Mr. Iqbal Salim Mohammed, would be doing the honor. First to Mr. Inam Khawaja, Colonel Ahmad Professor Mohammed Rafi, and